Hey, Jeremy, thanks for being online with me today. This online thing has become normal for me. My daughter actually told me today, you're no longer a boomer, you're a Zoomer. And so anyway,
That
so
makes
anyway, yeah, it,
nice.
it's kind of a weird time for those of us who are boomers who didn't grow up in the electronic world. But anyway, I think it's probably weird for everybody, including you. And uh,
It's become commonplace for me now.
Yeah, it really has. And yeah, I think so. I think people are learning to function this way in a lot of ways. Anyway, I appreciate you spending some time with me today. And our goal basically is to kind of let you kind of articulate some things that you've been going through as we've been in this process with Audia. And I appreciate all the time and energy you've had to spend in working on that. Anyway, I just kind of want to begin with you. You got to attend the strategic planning day, and I think all of us kind of went into that not knowing exactly what was going to happen, and but we had a great time that day. Following the strategic planning day, what excites you, or how do you feel about the process that we're in as a church?
Well, I mean, going into it, frankly, I was a little leery about the length. You know,
Yeah,
it was looking at how long of a day it was going to be, and I was pleasantly surprised, all said and done, on how quick it really seemed to be. I mean, it was really, when you come from a large organizational background that I do, there's a lot of what they call cross-function responsibility and cross-function work that you need to do between various teams. And it was really incredible to see all of the people, all of the ages and different campuses really coming together and truly functioning as a church body to all work towards the same goal.
hmm
So from that standpoint, it was incredibly encouraging because we were all kind of feeding off one another's energy and excitement to usher in a more strategic era of kind of how we approach the future of HOTC.
yeah. I tell you, I enjoyed it. It was probably, I'm like you, I didn't know exactly what to expect on the day, but Brian and David just did a remarkable job at really kind of taking us from way out here down to right here, where we could
Sure.
have some real objectives. So, well, obviously, take a minute if you would tell us a little about the goal that you are responsible for. You're leading what goal team, and maybe some strategic objectives that you've come up with already that you already have.
Well, we got the great thing about this is a lot of the strategic or the strategic objectives that we've acquired thus far are all from various people within the church. So the framework to this has been to date put together by the church body, which is great. So we're all moving in the same direction. But our overall reaching goal here, at least my team, we're working on the overall long-term vision and mission of HOTC. And we want to make sure that everybody understands that vision and the mission and is able to articulate it as a church. So we're all singing the same song here. We came up with a bunch of different goals, but ultimately we're just looking for various people to get involved that really are excited to kind of roll their sleeves up, do a little bit of work. We're looking for people that have any type of marketing experience, social media. I mean, even just like local networking. You have a really great network of people, because we need to find different ways to communicate these goals
Mhm.
um, via the church body. And we obviously want to create a ton of excitement here, and we also want to start pinpointing all of the success stories here, and you'll start hearing more about that as we kind of move through the process. But at the end of the day, anybody who's loosely interested and has wants to get involved, um, finding ways to kind of tackle some of these different strategic goals, we'd love to talk. And it's super easy, or we're zooming everything nowadays, so it's a couch meeting.
Yeah,
I think you can email office@hotc.church,
sure. Yeah.
and they can plug you in, and we can figure out what ideas you have and sort of how to start tackling some of those things.
Well, obviously, they need to put goal number one on there if they're interested in participating in goal one. And the reason we're doing this ultimately is we're kind of trying to refresh the minds of people who were there that day as to our goals and some of the strategic objectives. But I think also we had to recognize that there were a lot of people who were not able to attend that day for various reasons, particularly with COVID going around, things of that nature. And so we want to make sure our people feel involved. engagement was one of the primary goals in this. I mean, if you look
Right.
back over the process, our goal was basically threefold, and that's clarity, and that's really what you're talking about, clarity with regard to the vision of our church. There's alignment, that's structure, and there's engagement is what there is, and obviously, there are other goals that we have there. But again, man, I appreciate what you're doing. I know that's a lot of extra responsibility on your plate, particularly as we kind of move forward. I told Brian the other day, I said that was one of the funnest days that produced more work for me than any day in my life. And so, but
Yeah,
it's good work because it's kingdom work, and I think
sure.
it'll be a great time. So, again, I really appreciate it. Again, as Jeremy's already said, if this is an area you'd like to get involved and engaged in what we're doing, just email the church, and we'll respond to you appropriately and as timely as we can. But man, any other word, man, before we finish up here?
I mean, hey, no idea is a dumb idea. So even if you kind of half understand or even are warmly interested, jump on a Zoom, feel it out. Next thing you know, it's a fluid conversation, and in some cases, you may find that another team makes more sense. But man, this is everybody's moment to really put a hand on the ball and get in the game. And
Absolutely.
I think we all need to play a little bit here. So
Absolutely.
let us know what makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, uh, I tell, I'm going to end every deal with this. I think we need to develop the mindset that our best days are our next days. You
Sure.
know, they're not the past. We don't want to live in the glory of the past. That's not good for us. Our best days are our next days. I think it was Tiger Woods who once somebody asked him what's the most important shot in golf, and he said the next one. And and I
Sure.
think that's pretty true for all of us. So man, I hope people will get engaged. Hey, thanks for your time. I deeply appreciate again what you're doing. I know this is an additional work for you, and I appreciate what you're doing. So hey, thanks very much. So
Thank you. Thank
all
you.
right, man. Good
Okay.
to talk to you.
Yeah. See ya.
All right.